Hello everyone, my name is Mia and welcome back to 5-Minute Crafts apparently, because in today's video I've got this lovely 2-camera setup here and we're gonna get crafty today. So first of all, we are going to talk about the books that I want to read for the rest of the year. I know it's already December and today is like the 4th of December already, so I know I've already missed a few days of the month and this should have come way earlier, but that's just how it is, and I think it's still fine. So I just want to talk to you about the books that I want to read in December. I wanted to make these lovely earrings because I saw a video a few months ago of someone making these earrings, and I've seen quite a few people actually having earrings with books on them, like book covers, and I think they look really cute when other people have them. So I've chosen Six of Crows and Crooked Kingdom as the books for my earrings. I'm going to insert a picture here of what I want them to look like. I don't know if they are going to look like that because I don't even know what picture I'll put in here yet, but anyway, we're going to attempt to make these today. I've got these little earring things, hooks, whatever they're called, and I've got a knife.
Let me see what you have! A knife! No! Oh my God.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's get into it.
It was at this moment that she knew. She fucked up.
Oh, I printed them the wrong way around. So, I printed these a few days ago for this video. It's the wrong way around. Like, if I folded this way, it wouldn't work because it would be... Okay, I'm gonna go print it out again and then I'm gonna come back. Okay, here we are. Finally, I've printed them out, folded them the right way around, which is a good start. So this video is going to be so chaotic, by the way, I'm so sorry. So the first book I'm going to talk about is actually Crooked Kingdom, because this is a book I still haven't read. So I'm going to make earrings out of it, even though I don't even know if it's good or not. But I've read Six of Crows sometime this year, I think like August, September time. I read Six of Crows and I absolutely fell in love with it. I know I'm late to the party and I'm really sorry, and probably everyone who watches this video already knows about Six of Crows. It was one of my favourite books of the year, definitely. It was just action-packed with amazing characters, an amazing story. I just loved everything about it. The writing was beautiful as well, and I loved being in different people's heads, and I loved how every character felt so unique and so different, and they all brought something amazing to the group, and it's just such a great dynamic, and I just absolutely loved this book. So in case you're like me and you're late to the party and you still haven't read Six of Crows, please do yourself a favour and just read it now, because it is actually as amazing as everyone says. So this book is about a heist. So there's these 6 people who are kind of criminals. They live on the streets of Rotterdam, which is this fantasy place that's kind of like Amsterdam, and yeah, they get tasked with doing this heist by someone very high up. They're promised a lot of money for this, and yeah, so they go on this heist, and that's all I'm going to say about this, I think, because I don't know what else to say. So it's an amazing YA fantasy by Leigh Bardugo, and the second book, I don't really know what it's about, because I really love going into books not really knowing what they're about, but something happened at the end of the first book, and I can imagine that that's obviously going to be a big part of the second book as well. And yeah, so I'm really excited to read Crooked Kingdom. Okay, I don't even know how to actually make the pages for it. Let's start with Six of Crows. Start with the first one, see how horribly we fail. It'll be fun. This video is going to be very disorganized, so if you actually want to learn how to make these earrings, don't watch this video, watch some other video, because I watched one a few months ago and I think I remember how they did it, so I'm just gonna go improvise. It'll be great. Okay, so I've made this now, and now I can put that in here. I need a lot more of this, but that will be fine. This is very wonky. I mean, it's okay. It's not that bad. So anyway, let's talk about the next book that I'd really love to read this month, and that is The Chalkman by C.J. Tudor. So from what I remember, this book is about these children or teenagers who send each other chalkmen, like these little stick figures like on the cover, as messages that basically only they can understand. And then one day they get a Chalkman message that leads them to a dismembered body. So that sounds traumatizing for a child or a teenager to experience, for anyone to experience. And yeah, that's kind of how the book starts. And I think then it's set years and years later when these people are grown up, and all of the people in this former friend group receive a Chalkman message again, and none of them know who sent it, and it's all very mysterious, and I guess it leads them to some very bad things. I'm explaining this so well. I don't really know much about it because I think, especially for like horror and thriller books, it's so important that you don't actually know that much about it. So yeah, I'm really excited to read this one. I think it looks kind of cute. It can be something one day when it's grown up. They are quite small, but I thought it would go better as earrings if they're kind of small. I've not actually read a lot of horror or thriller books, but I really want to get more into it because I always really enjoy them. So if you have any horror / thriller recommendations for me, definitely leave them in the comments because I'd love to read them. And I think winter is a very good time to read horror and thriller because it's like cold outside and you can just get all cozy inside your house and just read a really scary book. I think that sounds amazing. That's also why I want to read The Hunting Party by Lucy Foley. So you've seen this if you've seen my bookshop video that I did a few months ago. This actually takes place on New Year's Eve, so I feel like it would be an amazing thing to read just before New Year's Eve, and then I can think that I'll get murdered. But I mean, this year we won't be going to any parties or hunting lodges anyway. So the story of this book, like I just kind of gave away, is about this group of friends, I think it's 6 or 7 friends, that go to celebrate New Year's in a hunting lodge in Scotland. And then one of them gets murdered. Fun times. So they basically get snowed in into this hunting lodge, and then one of them dies. So I guess they're kind of trapped in there with a killer, which I think is such an interesting concept. It sounds amazing, and I just really want to read it. And I think what better time to read this book than around New Year's. Why am I doing this to myself? If you need a lovely Christmas present for your bookish friends, maybe do this, but only if you have more artistic skills than I do, because I would never give my friends any of this because I like my friends and I don't think they'd appreciate this. But if you have better skills than me, then do consider this for a lovely Christmas present. There you go. So Lucy Foley has also written The Guest List, which a lot of people have been talking about and a lot of people have been absolutely loving. And I'm just really excited to read both of these. Right, so I got these little rings from an old necklace of mine, and hopefully I can put these on here. We'll see how it goes. Anyway, so what was I talking about? The Hunting Party. I'm very excited to read this at some point near New Year's because it's going to be really good. Then another book that I really want to read is Norwegian Wood by Haruki Murakami. Again, with this one, I've been meaning to read it for so long. Everyone loves this book and I still haven't read it. I still haven't read any Murakami and I really need to. Oh my god. I was barely even touching it. Why is that still coming out? It's coming out on its own. Oh my god. This is bad. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Oh my god. So anyway, what I was trying to say while gluing that is that I'd love to read Norwegian Wood by Haruki Murakami. So I explained this book very badly. I don't really know that much about it, and also I was just really distracted by making my earrings, but I'm just going to put up a lovely picture of the book here and I'm just going to try again to explain it. So basically this book is about this guy called Toru, and it opens up with him when he's 36 and he's on an airplane and he listens to the song Norwegian Wood, which is obviously the title of the book, and that brings back memories from his university years, and then the rest of the book is kind of about his experiences of when he was 19 years old or 20 years old, going to university for the first time. And the book basically starts with him falling in love with his best friend's old girlfriend, I think. And yeah, then stuff happens, I guess, and it just sounds super interesting because it's set in the late 60s in Tokyo, and I don't know anything about that, and it's got a lot of, I think, jazz influences in the book itself, and I think that just sounds amazing, and I'm super excited to read it. I have started reading it. I've read like the first few pages, maybe the whole first chapter, and it was really good so far. So yeah, I'm really excited to keep reading that. I just keep playing with it. I think it looks alright. That looks fine. I have successfully turned it around so that the cover is actually in the front when I put the earring in this way around. Right, so now I'm just gonna draw the lines and then I can make the paper out of that again. Another book that I'd really love to read before the year ends is All Boys Aren't Blue, because I've heard so many amazing things about this book. This is kind of a memoir biography type of book. So it's by George M. Johnson. So this book is all about his experiences of growing up as a black queer man. And yeah, I've heard really good things about it. It's supposed to be really good and I'm just really excited. Another book that I'd really love to read in December is Little Fires Everywhere by Celeste Ng. Is that how you say your name? This book has also been super popular. This is by the same author as Everything I Never Told You. I'm really bad at explaining books that I haven't read yet. I'm already bad at explaining books that I have read, and I'm even worse at explaining books that I haven't read. I find it so hard. From what I can tell from Goodreads, this is about a mother and daughter who move into this new neighborhood, and this neighborhood is basically perfect. It's full of like privileged people that have a lot of money, and they move into this new neighborhood. The mother, her name is Mia as well, which I find exciting. She is an artist, so it seems like she's more of a free-spirited kind of person, and I think that's where some of the conflict at least would come from. And then this mother and daughter become friends with this other family that also lives in the neighborhood. But when that family is trying to adopt a Chinese American child, opinions kind of start to differ and a lot of things happen. So Mia has some kind of secret that she's trying to keep from everyone in this neighborhood, but when she speaks up in this case about the adoption, then the mother from the other family kind of starts to get really angry with her and is trying to kind of uncover her secret, if that makes sense. So I don't know anything else about it. I'm sorry if this is a really bad explanation of the book. Go look it up if you didn't understand what I meant by it. But that's kind of what Goodreads said about this book. And it's got really high ratings, everyone really loves it, and I'm really excited to read this. And I think this was also adapted into a TV show, maybe this year or last year. So I'd really love to watch a show as well, but of course I want to read the book first. So I'm really gonna have to read this now. So the last book I'd really love to read, this is probably the one that I'm most likely to read. This is the one I'm most excited about because it is The Bear and the Nightingale by Catherine Arden. So as you might know, Meg from Meg with Books absolutely loves this book, and it just sounds so amazing. And Meg is actually doing a read-along of this trilogy at the moment, so I think they read this book in November, and now the second book in December, and the third book in January. So I might try to read the first two this month. I don't know if I'll be able to, but even if I can't participate in that read-along, I definitely want to read this first one. So this is set in Russia, which is already so amazing for a wintry read. I think this is going to be the perfect book to read in December. So this is about a child, I think her name is Vasilia, and her family kind of believe in these folklore stories, these like fairy tales that her, I think grandma or nanny person tells. And when her mother dies, her father remarries, and then she gets this new stepmother. So basically like your classic fairy tale story, I think. And her stepmother doesn't want to like honor the spirits in the same way that the family does, and then everyone in the village starts experiencing like frosts and, I don't know, bad things, I guess. And that is such an interesting concept. I don't know if I explained this really badly or not, but I really don't know much about it. So yeah, so this is a trilogy, and basically we see this girl grow up throughout these books, and yeah, I think it just sounds really, really amazing. Okay, so we've closed the ring. That was so much quicker than on the other side. I hope I did it the right way around. Yeah, I think it should be the right way around. Now, let's try the glue again. I really hope it won't be too bad this time. That looks a little better. Okay. Okay, I think we have made it. Here's one, here's the other. I am going to disinfect these and wash my hands and then put them in my ears. So these are all the books that I'm planning to read in December, plus Crooked Kingdom and All Boys Aren't Blue. So that's 7 books, and I really, really hope I can get to all of these. Okay, so I did it. I have put them in my ears now, and I think they actually look alright. So I think it works. I might see if I can find something to like seal them, because obviously they're paper, so when it rains it's going to be really bad. But if I can find something to just seal them with, like some kind of resin or something maybe. I don't know how it works. I don't know anything about crafts, as you can probably tell by the video. I hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a like if you did, and subscribe to my channel. Leave a comment down below telling me what books you're planning to read for the rest of the year, and if you've read any of these ones. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!